Imagine trying to build a magnificent, intricate castle out of playing cards, a structure that represents your dreams, your academic goals, your personal projects, your future ambitions, and you're carefully, patiently placing one card on top of another, requiring all your concentration and a steady hand, but you're trying to build this castle in the middle of a hurricane. A storm called teenage life that is constantly trying to knock it all down, with gusts of social media notifications blowing in your face, hailstorms of peer pressure and friendship drama, thunderous pressure from parents and teachers about grades and future plans, and the internal earthquake of your own changing emotions, hormones, and insecurities, making it feel almost impossible to keep even the foundation of your card castle standing, let alone complete the towering structure you envision in your mind. This was the daily battle for 16-year-old Priya, a bright and ambitious student whose dream was to become a doctor, a goal that required years of intense focus and excellent grades, but who found herself constantly distracted, her attention pulled in a dozen different directions every hour, feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of schoolwork, the demands of her social life, the constant buzz of her phone, and the exhausting effort of trying to fit in and be liked by everyone, leading to a cycle of procrastination where she would end up cramming for exams at the last minute, turning in assignments that were good but not great, and feeling a deep sense of frustration because she knew she was capable of so much more if she could just find a way to quiet the storm and channel her energy. But every time she tried to focus, a new challenge would emerge, a misunderstanding with a friend would consume her thoughts for days, a negative comment online would shatter her confidence, a poor grade on a quiz would make her want to give up entirely, and her dream of medical school felt like it was slipping further away with each passing, distracted day. The turning point came during her midterm exams. She had planned a solid study schedule, but a major argument with her best friend completely derailed her. She spent 2 days crying and overanalyzing every text message instead of studying, and she walked into her biology exam exhausted, emotionally drained, and unprepared, resulting in her lowest grade ever. A score so poor it threatened her chances of getting into the science stream she needed for her dream, and as she stared at that red mark on the paper, she didn't just see a failed test, she saw the consequence of her inability to stay focused, the direct result of allowing external chaos to control her internal state, and she knew something had to change radically if she was going to have any chance of achieving her goals. She decided to stop fighting the hurricane and instead learn to build a shelter within it, to find the secrets to locking her focus no matter what was happening around her. Her first secret was what she called the daily anchor, a non-negotiable, 1-hour block of time first thing in the morning, before checking her phone or talking to anyone, that belonged entirely to her most important goal. For Priya, this was studying biology. She created a ritual around it. She would wake up, drink a glass of water, and sit at a clean desk with only her textbook and notebook. This hour became sacred, the foundation of her day, and by accomplishing her most important task before the world's demands could intrude, she started every day with a sense of victory that made her stronger against distractions. The second secret was taming the phone beast. She realized her smartphone was the primary source of the hurricane. She didn't just try to use it less, she declared war on it. She turned off all non-essential notifications, she deleted social media apps from her phone during the school week, only using them on her laptop on weekends, and she used a focus app that locked her out of everything except study materials for set periods. This single act removed the constant, addictive pulls on her attention and gave her brain the space to concentrate deeply. The third, and most crucial secret, was the focused mindset reframe. She learned that focus isn't about eliminating all challenges, it's about managing your response to them. She started using a simple journaling technique. Whenever a distracting thought or emotion arose, like anxiety about a friendship or anger about a comment, she would pause, write it down in a parking lot notebook, and tell herself, "I acknowledge you, but I will deal with you at my designated 5 p.m. worry time. Right now, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., is for biology." This practice trained her brain to acknowledge distractions without being controlled by them, to compartmentalize her life so that one challenge didn't have to ruin her entire day. She also discovered the power of the Pomodoro technique, studying in intense, 25-minute bursts followed by a strict 5-minute break, which made daunting tasks feel manageable and prevented mental burnout. She used her breaks to stretch, get a drink of water, or do a few jumping jacks, never to check her phone. This created a rhythm of productivity that was sustainable for hours. The challenges didn't magically disappear, friends still had dramas, school pressure was still intense, and self-doubt still crept in. But now, Priya had a system. When a wave of anxiety hit before a big exam, she didn't spiral. She did a 2-minute breathing exercise to calm her nervous system and then returned to her Pomodoro timer. When she felt tempted to scroll Instagram instead of studying, she would remember the sickening feeling of seeing that failing biology grade, and that memory was stronger than the temporary itch of distraction. Over the months, her focus muscle grew stronger and stronger. Her grades improved dramatically, not because she was studying more hours, but because she was studying with intense, undiluted focus during her scheduled times. She felt less stressed and more in control of her life. By the end of the year, she not only aced her finals but also secured a place in the top science stream. More importantly, she had mastered the greatest secret of all: that focus is not a gift you are born with, it is a skill you build, a shield you forge through daily practice. It is the ability to protect your inner world from the chaos of the outer world, to keep building your card castle with a steady hand, even when the hurricane is raging all around you. For every teen facing the storm, remember Priya's secrets: anchor your day, tame your technology, reframe your mindset, and work in focused bursts. Your dreams are worth protecting.